welcome back to Animal Spirit Guide series. I am your instructor, Violet Evergreen, and this is episode 2 of the series. And in this episode, we will be covering ego-based thinking and also how to connect to your animal spirit guides by reconnecting with nature. So stay tuned. If you are already a practicing witch, or someone who works with magics or a healer, you probably have worked with them or have heard of the upper, middle, and lower worlds, or also known as the upper, middle, and lower cauldrons. There are a lot of different names for them. So in Norse pagan beliefs and in heathenism, there is Yggdrasil, which is the world tree, and the top of the branches, the upper world, the trunk is the middle world, and the roots are the lower world. And on Yggdrasil, a squirrel runs up and down, bringing messages from the upper world down into the lower world, and to the middle world as well, to humans. So with that, you can understand too that animal spirit guides all work in that manner. They are able to go through all the planes. Not all spirit guides can do that, but animal spirit guides are capable of going to the upper worlds, the middle world, and the lower worlds. And they're exceptional in the lower worlds, where you have to navigate parts of the underworld that could be potentially dangerous. If you're doing soul retrieval work, for example, or you're doing past life work like I do, they are exceptional in that way too, because you do have to enter areas of the lower world that could be potentially dangerous for your own soul. So how do we connect with our animal guides? There are many different ways. The first important thing that we should talk about is that the natural world, humans have become very disconnected from it from many centuries now. And that is part of the lesson that you need to learn or relearn, is to reconnect with nature and see yourself as a very important link in that chain, because we're not separate, and that type of thinking is ego-based, and we want to remove the ego when we are working with animal spirit guides. We want to let the natural world know that we see it as our equal, because it is our equal. If you don't feel like animals have emotions, are sentient, or have a spirit themselves, then you're going to have to work really hard, because these factors are all important in working with animal spirit guides. Your connection to nature is incredibly important, and your understanding that you are as much part of the natural world as any other animal is incredibly important. So if you have a really good relationship with animals and in nature, then you're in a really good place to start. And I'm assuming if you are here listening to this lesson, it's because you already have that relationship. But how are ways that we can either improve or have that relationship with nature, especially for a lot of us that live in the city? I live in Brooklyn. So for me, this beautiful park, Prospect Park, which is quite large, has a lot of wildlife. And another way of connecting with nature too is to take a drive somewhere that actually might have some wildlife, another natural park, the beach. There are so many places that you can find, and even sometimes just simply your backyard, your fire escape. I have squirrels that, navigate my fire escape, and I take care of them. I make sure they're fed throughout all winter to make sure that they don't starve. So these things are some of the stuff that you can do to improve that relationship, to let your animal spirit guides know that you're ready to have a relationship with them. And simple things like taking a walk in nature, sitting and listening to the animals, listen to the birds, watch the squirrels, see the chipmunks chirp and hear them, watch them where they hide things. And everywhere you are, there is a wild animal. I think a lot of people think because they're living in the suburbs or living in the city that there are none. There are plenty of wild animals everywhere. The sparrows, the pigeons, the squirrels, the rats, they're all wild animals. And it's important to connect with them. And small tokens of appreciation to nature are also a beautiful way to connect. And what I do is, which you'll see in a minute, so I like to carry these little seeds with me, and I like to leave these for the animals. Usually leave them around the base of trees. I leave it as an offering to the animal spirit guides and to the land spirits and to the nature spirits. And of course, the little animals here will eat it, and it's very safe for them because it's meant specifically for them. Give something that is safe. And you need to do a little bit of research for that, because you don't want to feed bread, for example, to waterfowl like ducks or swans or any of those animals, because it actually messes with their bone density, which is a problem for them to fly. So find your local creatures and have a relationship with them. Put out a little food, a little water. Sometimes in the heat, it's so hot that they can't find water to drink. So put out a little bowl of water. There's so many ways for you to connect with them. Sitting and meditating in the park by the ocean and listening. Not only listening with your ears, but listening with your heart and listening with your psychic mind, listening with your clairaudience. Small ways of helping nature are also, picking up garbage when you see it. If you see someone doing harm to an animal, speak up. And just be conscious of your actions. Be self-aware that everything that you do affects those around you, including the natural world. So it's one of the reasons why I try to do as much a sustainable practice I can in my own home, and I encourage others to do so, because nature is listening. Part of ego-based thinking that I did want to cover is that in a lot of belief systems and a lot of cultures, people have been taught to feel superior to other animals and not think of themselves as an animal. We are animals the same. We are mammals. We're part of the animal kingdom. We are not better or less than any other living being. We are equal to everything. And it's really important to think that way when working with the animal spirit guides. Respect has to be there, and trust. And if animal spirit guides feel or find that you have superiority complex over them, they're not going to trust you and they're not going to show up. So that building the trust relationship is incredibly important, and that starts with releasing ego-based thinking. Alright, my loves, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helps you in your journey to connect with the Animal Spirit Guides. Please stay tuned to our next episodes where we will be having more information on how to meet your guides and how to work with them. The next series will be dropping next week, so please stay tuned. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Please check us out on Patreon and become one of our members, where we have many different tiers with lots of benefits, including principles on spells, herbology, and we will definitely be having a lot of different classes, including spell work, recipes, and sustainability within witchcraft as well. Thank you for allowing me to be your instructor today. I really hope that this helps you in your journey as a witch, as a healer, and in your spiritual path. Bye.